President Trump is in Scotland today as he celebrates the opening of his new golf course. He is also expected to meet with UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer on this trip to talk trade and possibly weigh in further on the war in Gaza after telling Israel yesterday to, quote, finish the job. Former U.S. Ambassador to NATO Kurt Volker is here to discuss. But first, we go to Lucas Tomlinson at the White House with the latest. Lucas.
Well, good afternoon, John. President Trump enjoying some links golf at his club in Turnberry, Trump Turnberry in Scotland, ahead of his meeting with British Prime Minister Keir Starmer, where no doubt trade will be on the agenda, although, of course, that was one of the president's most successful trade deals to date, that 10% tariff on the United Kingdom. The president also be discussing the war in Gaza after the prime minister had some words. Here was President Trump before leaving the White House for Scotland.
It was too bad. Hamas didn't really want to make a deal. I think they want to die, and it's very, very bad.
Are you done with
and it got to be to a point where you're going to have to finish the job.
And then earlier today, Britain's prime minister saying on X, quote, Israel must allow aid in overland to end the starvation unfolding in Gaza. The situation is desperate. We are working with Jordan to get aid into Gaza. We are urgently accelerating efforts to evacuate children who need critical medical assistance to the UK for treatment. I am determined to find a pathway to peace. Now, former Trump Secretary of State and CIA Director Mike Pompeo had a different take. Here's his response to the Britain's prime minister.
Prime Minister Starmer's statement is just fundamentally fraudulent. The Israelis, who are fighting an enemy that's trying to kill them, is providing food to the Gazan people in wartime as a matter of historical fact, right? To feed your adversary and their civilians while you're still at war with them, that's really quite something.
Now, earlier today, President Trump's deputy FBI director, Dan Bongino, posted something cryptic on X saying, I'll never be the same after learning what I've learned. We are going to conduct these righteous and proper investigations by the book and in accordance with the law. We are going to get the answers we all deserve with any investigation. I cannot predict where it will land, but I can promise you an honest and dignified effort at truth, not my truth or your truth, but the truth. Perhaps he's talking about some investigations there into the Epstein case or perhaps Tulsi Gabbard's investigation, John. And also, this comes ahead of President Trump's meeting with the EU president tomorrow. No doubt trade on the discussions ahead of that August 1 deadline. The 27-nation European Union wants to make a deal ahead of that August 1 deadline, try to reduce those tariffs, and probably likely on the schedule, more golf for President Trump. Of course, a little too early to shoot grouse and pheasant there in Scotland.
Yeah, but you can always hit birdies with a golf club. Lucas Tomlinson.
Well,
tried. Thanks.
Hey, it's Will Kane. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News channel on YouTube. It's the best way to get our latest interviews and highlights. And click to subscribe to the Will Kane podcast for full episodes right now.